Hi, my name is Rachel. I will be bringing you occasional content of cruelty-free and vegan makeup, lifestyle, my thoughts, my life, whatever. My cat, Simon. I'm talking very quickly because my camera is about to die. But welcome to my channel. Again, as I said, I will bring you occasional videos. I am doing this look, which is a bronzy look for the eventual summertime that we'll be getting to once all of this messy time has passed, because it will pass. It just is going to take a little bit. But I was inspired by the hopes of summer to do this bronzy glowy look. So you will see me recreate at least the face portion of this look, and then it cuts off because then my camera died and I had to recharge it and I didn't want to waste time, so I went ahead and did my eyes. Eyebrows are already done. They're very dark. So we're just gonna dive into it. If you hear any loud noises, it is either my neighbors slamming their doors, because they do that all the time, pardon my language. And if there's any rattling, it's because it's super windy out. So, sorry. I don't have like a fancy mic or anything because I don't post a lot. Working on that. I have filmed a lot before. Like, I filmed a whole bunch of tutorials before, and then while I'm editing it, then I'm my own worst critic, and then I never post it. So 2020 was going to be the year of just suck it up and just post it, even if it's not perfect, because no one can be perfect, so just do it. And now I'm rambling. So anyways, I'm doing it. Okay, for primer, I am going to use the Juice Beauty Phyto-Pigments primer. I like this primer because it is very like glowy, dewy. But I don't like about it is that it kind of beads up on the skin. Like, when you're putting on your foundation, you have to be super, super careful and not aggressive, which most people probably are. I just am not the most careful person. So it beads up, or it kind of like flakes off on me. So we'll see how this goes. But I've actually been using this the past few days that I have been doing my makeup. And I just apply it with my hands, which are freshly washed. And this Urban Decay brow stuff is looking good because I forgot that I already did my brows, and I was just wiping all of that primer all over my face and my brows didn't budge, so that's good. Okay, so primer on. And then for foundation, I usually mix my foundations. I have a whole bunch because my skin is constantly changing, which everyone's skin is constantly changing because you're constantly getting rid of dead skin, bringing out new skin, and then depending on your skin routine, it can be changing a lot more too. Mine's really finicky right now. I'm breaking out. But today I'll be using the Cover FX Power Play Foundation. I really do like this foundation. It is very mattifying though, so that is why I liked the Juice Beauty primer underneath, because the glowiness kind of comes out even with using this foundation. And then I also mix it with the Ordinary Serum foundation, and that helps counteract the matteness of this, and because this is a pretty drying foundation. So if your skin is already dry, I wouldn't recommend the Cover FX Power Play unless you're doing a lot of moisturizing before you put it on. I forgot to mention that the only other thing I had on before I put on the primer was the e.l.f. Hello Hydration Unscented Moisturizer, which is my absolute favorite moisturizer. It does the job and it's very lightweight. For the most part, I like to put on my foundation using a sponge and my hand. So I have a damp sponge, which is so clean. I always hate using the products as soon as I clean them the same day, and then I use them. I'm like, oh, I just worked so hard cleaning you. Which sponges are a pain in the butt to try and clean. I ended up just throwing one away because it was too far gone. And this is just a little reminder that we're in quarantine right now, so take the time to clean your makeup brushes. And today, the Juice Beauty primer decided to work very easily on me today, so that's great. But still know, if you are going to buy the Phyto-Pigments Illuminating Primer, again, I do love it, but it occasionally like pills up on your skin, so just have to be careful when you're applying. I am also now taking the Studio Skin Flawless Smashbox Concealer to conceal some of my breakout areas. This concealer is really great because you don't have to set it with any kind of powder. And then I'm also taking the Tarte Shape Tape concealer to do some under eyes. Under eyes and then onto my cheekbones. And under my eyelids. I'm taking my Cover FX High Performance Setting Spray. I love the setting spray because it's a super fine mist and it's Cover FX, and they are just a really great brand. They are rather pricey, but it's because their products are high quality. Now I'm taking a Real Techniques brush and the Milk Makeup bronzer stick and using that for some bronzing high up on my cheekbone area, and I pull it up to my temples. So I think it's so interesting. I mean, makeup is to have fun and to play with and to either just further your natural beauty or to just completely change the way you look. Makeup can be used for so many different things. For me, I use it as a creative outlet. And so it's just so interesting that you can do makeup so many different ways. And like the way that I do my makeup is so different than how many other people do their makeup. Like there's so many different steps in makeup and you can skip over some. You can do some before or after, like some people bronze differently. It's all just on your preference. So I like to also bronze my chin or my jawline and down onto my neck. I love watching Kathleen Lights on YouTube because she just has such a fun, spunky personality and is just so energetic. And that's another reason why I never like to put out videos, because I feel like I can be a really energetic person, but I'm also an extreme introvert. So I feel like when I'm just like talking, I keep it pretty mellow. But when you're watching YouTubes, you like high energy, or at least that's what I like when I watch YouTube. So we'll try and get some higher energy out of me, but it probably will happen. Still a little on the nose. I'm taking the Juice Beauty. They have, it's called Last Looks Blush in Orange Blossom. And it's just a cream blush. And I'm using my same brush to apply just a little. I'm using the same brush because all of my other ones are being cleaned or being drying right now. All of my other brushes are drying. So you get a nice little glow. And I am just going to set my under eyes just a wee bit. And I'm using the newish Anastasia Beverly Hills setting powder. I also am setting my little crevices around my nose and on my chin and my smile lines area, and also kind of by the sideburns and on the lower jaw portion. I just do this because I noticed that a lot of my makeup tends to go missing first around my jawline area, but it's most likely not the makeup's fault or even the way I apply it. I guarantee it's because I am a leaner and I am constantly holding my head up with my hands, which is really bad. But I'm always just like resting on my hands around my jawline, and so that is why my makeup goes away pretty quickly from there. So that is why I set it. Now I need to get another brush. This is an e.l.f. powder brush that I'm using. It is a little damp still, so we'll see how this goes. But to just wipe off the excess, kind of blend it. Cool. And then I'm going to spray again. I have the Urban Decay eye primer. I've been using that a lot lately. I actually went through a phase for like at least over a year of not even using eye primer. And for some reason I just decided to get back into it. My lips are really chapped. I realized I haven't had water today. I've had coffee. And I've had a Florida cracker, which it's time for another. If you don't know me, I am originally from Florida, and Cigar City Brewery is my absolute favorite brewery. It is just a great hometown brewery, and their beer is just absolutely delightful, like chef's kiss. So good. Florida cracker, and which is a Belgian style white ale. It's one of my favorites. And then they have a Florida Man beer, which is a double IPA, which is the smoothest IPA I have ever had. And the fact that it's a double IPA is just speaks volumes for how freaking good that beer is. Those are my two favorite. They also have a Margarita Ghost, which is delightful. All of their beers are so good. We are gonna go into the eyes now, finally. So I'm going to be using the Venus XL palette, just like 2 colors from there. And then this palette, that physical palette, I got off of Amazon. It's very, very heavy. So whenever I go through TSA, I always have to pull the palette out and pretend like, I just act like it's a laptop, because the first time I was traveling with it, I didn't pull it out, and then my luggage got pulled aside and it had to get searched and everything, and it was because of this palette, because it has magnets on both sides. It's very messy right now, but it is a like build your own palette. So again, got it from Amazon. So the magnets on both sides, and it has this clear covering, which I really like to kind of keep off the dust from each side so they don't blend. And a majority of these eyeshadows, single eyeshadows, they're ColourPop, which I love, 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 love ColourPop. They are cruelty free, and then a majority of their single eyeshadows are vegan. So I am cruelty free, and I practice being vegan, plant-based, all of that good stuff. So finding makeup nowadays is a little harder for me because I also want it to be vegan, not just cruelty free, which I can go on a whole tangent about that another time. But ColourPop has some really, really, really great affordable single eyeshadows that are cruelty free and vegan. And you have the option of buying them single, just the pan, or you could also buy it if you're traveling and you don't have one of these, you don't want to invest in one of these, then you can just buy it with its little holder too, which I like that they offer it where you can buy it with just the pan, because then you're minimizing your plastic use. So my eyes are made up of the Venus XL palette. I used the XL2 palette. I used the color Ripe and Forbidden, these two. And then I used some ColourPop single shadows in the colors of 20 something and Let Me Explain. And then I also used their pressed powder in medium. And then I used Soul Body. I love me some Soul Body. So I used their Liquid Glow in Just Golden all over my chesty area. And then I also used their Warm Gold highlighter palette for the tops of my lids as well. And then also for my cheeks. And, oops, sorry. I also forgot for my little rosy blush, I used Juice Beauty blush, and then on top of it, because I am really into now doing this like big cheek and nose entire blush look, I also used Wait For It, which is a ColourPop pressed powder and a like corally color. And last but not least, because everything I do nowadays has glitter involved in it, I used Get Lost, which is a ColourPop glitter. I fixed up my eyebrows a little bit too. I'm still figuring out this eyebrow look. And last but not least, lips. I used Milani, their nude lip liner. It's just called Nude. And I also actually took some of the Ripe eyeshadow from the Venus XL2 palette and kind of put it in the corners of the lips to just really deepen the color and bring it into the eyeshadow, or to bring it into the eye look as well. So this is the final look. I'm really sorry that you don't get to see me doing the step-by-steps of how I do my eyes, but I will end up putting out more videos, so you will eventually get to see that if you want to come back. I hope you like this. Please like, subscribe, leave comments, leave any kind of looks you'd like to see. The looks I am really into are somewhat everyday wearable looks. If you like to go big with your makeup, I definitely kind of push the lines with makeup. So it's not really work appropriate makeup, but I am currently not working because of all of this. So I get to focus, the positive side of all of this is that I get to focus on what I absolutely love, and that is being creative and working on makeup, and just really trying to better my whole life in itself, and kind of work through this quarantine that we're all doing, because I know we all have our good and bad days, and today is a good day for me. So we're all here to work through it together. So leave any kind of comments below if you want to chat through anything, and then you'll see my other social medias in the info below and at the end screen, all that good stuff. So thanks for joining. Yeah, sorry that my camera died when I was doing my eyeshadow. Such is life. And really, is it a Rachel Poole video or picture or anything if there wasn't some kind of mishap or something not planned well out, which is really funny because I am an event planner. That is my normal job. I also forgot to mention that I didn't use any top eyeliner. I just used some bottom eyeliner in the ColourPop BFF liner called, should have had this ready, called Mr. Bing. Love ColourPop eyeliners. So I used that on the bottom, and then I just continued that Ripe color on the bottom, and then did some glitter, of course. No top eyeliner, and then just the mascaras I used are the Thrive Cosmetics mascara, which is a 2B mascara. Ooh, and that is a chef's kiss. That is the best mascara I have ever used. It is lengthening, and you can get it to be volumizing, and you just gotta like work with it a little bit, but it is magnifique. And then on top of that, because I can't help but do more than just one, because I can't help but use more than one mascara. Oh Lord, I've only had a beer and like a few sips, I promise. But the other mascara I used is the ColourPop BFF mascara in Brownie Points. So I used Thrive Cosmetics on the top and then topped it off with brownie points, and I did the bottom with brownie points. And then that is now my full look. And so in the sun, I glimmer some, yeah. In the pictures on Instagram, you can see that I glimmer. But yeah, I'm kind of shiny. This is all the Soul Body stuff. I love it so much. But you kind of got to be careful because it kind of comes off on clothing. So don't really touch other people when you wear it. And that is my advice for the day. So have a great day. Stay inside. Wash your hands.